news.
Tonight, a man charged with murder following a stabbing in Cobram. Firefighters take their training to the sky. And celebrities pull a crowd at the Marcus Fraser Ambrose. Good evening, I'm Britt Dieterich. Also tonight, the search for a missing man scaled down. Police have charged a 27-year-old man following a death in Cobram last Thursday night. Rad Kamil Argil was charged on Saturday with one count of murder following the death of 20-year-old Hayden Atkinson Thring. Mr Argil handed himself into Broadmeadows Police last Friday following the incident which occurred outside a Cobram service station at 10:30 on Thursday night. He has been remanded in custody to appear at the Melbourne Magistrates Court on January 9. Major collision unit detectives have appealed for motorists who may have seen the three vehicles involved in Saturday's fatal crash on the Calder Highway near Bendigo. The collision claimed the life of a Cobram man.
Police say information gathered from witnesses is vital to their investigation.
We have early reports that the vehicles were overtaking each other, described in a leapfrogging motion.
000 phone calls alerted police to erratic driving along the Calder Highway south of Wedderburn shortly before the crash at 12:40.
A witness has described that the three vehicles were travelling towards her and they were abreast across the road with the gold-coloured Commodore on the inside, the blue station wagon in the middle and the brown Ford sedan on the outside.
The blue station wagon and the brown sedan collided and veered off the road. The occupants of the station wagon, Gary Wareham from Cobram and his brother Fred from Wedderburn, were killed. A 67-year-old man and 35-year-old woman were injured and placed under police guard in hospital. The pair was later interviewed by police and released without charge. A 51-year-old Wedderburn man was also interviewed and released without charge. Police in particular would like to speak to the driver of a black utility which was travelling south along the Calder Highway.
We are trying to establish what has led to this type of driving. That will form part of our investigation, and again, which is why we're asking for witnesses to come forward.
Jeff Sargent, Win News.
Firefighting in the northeast reached new heights today as the rappel crew took to the skies. The firefighters were put through their paces as part of a training exercise. And it's time now for Monday Sport with Ebony Jordan.
Thanks, Britt. Coming up tonight, an Albury tennis star makes a third straight final and celebrities wow the crowd at the Marcus Fraser Ambrose. A group of celebrities has stolen the show at the 2014 Marcus Fraser Ambrose. The two-day event is Australia's largest amateur golf tournament and saw players from across the country take part. New South Wales sprinter Marty Sinclair has narrowly edged out his Victorian rivals to take out the Daylesford gift. The win surprised the injured sprinter, who hopes to take his newfound form into future meets. And Britt, that's all in sport.
Ebony, thank you very much. Still to come, all your weather details. Then Wangaratta gets a taste of the outback.
This weather report is brought to you by the Victorian Government. This summer, pack an emergency kit. Visit the Vic Emergency website for tips on what to include.
It has been a mostly sunny start to the week across the northeast. Taking a look at today's details, Corryong, top of 23 degrees after an overnight low of 10. Bright, also 23 degrees. Wangaratta, 23. Looks like everyone's 23 except for Corowa, 28 degrees. Onto the satellite picture, a trough over eastern Queensland is producing showers and severe thunderstorms, while thick cloud over Tasmania near a deep low is also bringing showers. Patchy cloud over southern Victoria in moist southerlies is producing the odd light shower, but skies are clearer in the north as winds dry out overland. And on the synoptic chart, a low pressure system over the Tasman Sea will move away to the southeast later tonight as a high pressure system develops over the Bight. The high will gradually move eastwards on Tuesday, crossing Tasmania on Wednesday. The high will then remain on Friday with a weak low pressure trough expected to move into southwest Victoria on Friday night. To the forecast for tomorrow, Corryong, a top of 27 degrees, Bright 25, Corowa 28 after an overnight low of 9 degrees. Yarrawonga slightly cooler, just 27 degrees. So in Albury-Wodonga there will be a low of 9 degrees before reaching a sunny top of 28. Turning to the capital cities, in Melbourne it will be 21 degrees with a light shower, while in Sydney it will also be wet, reaching 23 degrees. And to the outlook, isolated showers will continue near the ranges, but temperatures are expected to heat up later in the week. Albury-Wodonga on Wednesday 30 degrees, Thursday one better 31, and Friday 33 degrees. And finally tonight, art lovers across the border are being treated to an exclusive exhibition at the Wangaratta Art Gallery. Remote and Wild is the work of acclaimed Australian landscape photographer Richard Green. Mr. Green has spent the past 20 years photographing remote landscapes across the country. Most of the destinations he photographs are only accessible by helicopter, providing a unique perspective of the Australian outback. The display ends on January 20. And that is how we saw news in the region today. Please join us again tomorrow night for Win News, your local news. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for your company this Monday. Enjoy your evening.
Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win, Australia's #1 regional television network.